Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are a business owner, freelancer, or a part of a growing team, you're looking for a powerful tool to manage your project with ease, this video is for you. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use teamwork.com from scratch. We will cover everything from setting up your first project to assigning tasks, tracking progress, and collaborating with your team, all in a beginner-friendly way. Let's jump right in. First of all, you have to just go to Google and search for teamwork.com. Once you're here, let's go and check out this pricing here. So here you can see it has gave you a three-tier list plan. There's a different for individual and teams, and there's a different for business. So if you are a good enterprise or even a large to medium startup, then you can just go with the business. Or if you're individual creator, then you can just go with the individual and team. So here you can get started with the free and you can use almost all these features here. But if you go with the business, then there's a something else. So you need just every feature you want in scale. So you can check out here. Now let's go and click on try now for free. Now here you can use a Google ID or you can use a work email password and enter your full name and click on get started for free. So once you have used your email, it will ask you which sector best describe your company. So here you can choose any one of them, right? Even though if you choose any different option other than what I have chosen here, it's fine because the dashboard is not going to change at all. How many people are in your company? So there are around 1 to 5 here. How many user will use Teamwork? So let's say I can choose here 1 to 5, or let's say 4 here. What role do you perform in your company? So let's say I am something a project manager. Now what is the name of your company? So we have to just enter our name of your company here. How can we contact you? Enter your phone number and just go and click on continue. Now here you can choose any one of this option and click on continue. Now set up your first project. So I will just give this project name filex project 1 and click on continue. Now add a few tasks. So let's say I will just add a task 1 here. Even though if you don't add, it's fine, you can skip this part. Now how you want it, so basically in a table form, in a board form. So this is a board form and this is a list form. So I like the board, but I will explain all the three here, no worries. Now here I like the 3 section: to do, in progress, and completed. I can add more stages. We can add it later, it's fine. Now here I will just go and click on continue. You can add your team member, you can invite them. For now I will just skip this part. Now how do you hear about teamwork? So you can just select your social media and click on continue. Now just wait for a few seconds. Now this is the exact dashboard which you are going to find out. On the left side, you will find some of the navigation menus here. Now this is a home section. So home section will give you almost all this information: how many tasks you have, which one is completed, what's your priority level, right, and everything. You can check out your calendar, and here this is my timesheet, my project, and almost the activity inbox, and this is the dashboard. So dashboard is really useful. We can customize it according to our need here, but this is really useful because once you have a lot of tasks in different projects, workflows, and it will give you a brief information what is happening inside your system, what is happening inside your organization. So let's start with one by one here. Very first thing here, once we just go to my work. So very first thing that we need to create a project. So on the left side you will find this project option. You can also find your project option from here. So there's a lot of way to navigate. Now this is the project we just created while making the account. Now let's say if you're a manager and if you are managing 2 3 projects, so you can do it in a completely different way. So let's say you have added 2 people on filex. Let's say this is a John, and there's another member. So if you are running a different project, so John will not able to view your second project, right? So this is really useful thing. Now let's say we are working on filex here, so we'll just go and click on it. Now it will open only the filex. So whatever we will do here will not show up in any other project. So this is the task section. Now let's say I will just go and click on new task here. Now I will just write here create a script on XYZ topic. Right now, so once the task has been created, now here you can see you can assign this task to a specific person. So let's say you have a script writer. So you can assign this to a script writer. Now you can set a deadline. So this script should be completed till 11th. That is a due date. The start date is today. That is basically 9. Now here I can add a tag. So tag is basically very important. So you can set the priority level, or let's say it is still in the draft sections. I will just put a draft. I can put more than one tag here. Now if I just go and click on it, you can see here the entire task section will open up in a new tab. So here you can see, so I have assigned to this guy and this is a due date. Now I can set the priority. Now this is medium. I can add a task. Let's say it's still in review. So I can add a more than one tags here. Now what's the stage? So whether it is still in the to do. By the way, we can just move it directly from like this. So if I move it to do, automatically the stage will change as you saw here to do. If I just move it back to the backlog here, you can see the stage change to backlog. Now what's the estimate time? So you can set an estimate time of writing the script, right? So you can just micromanage your employees or your team member here. Now you can create a subtask. Now what is a subtask? So scripting is not a very small task. For the scripting, you need different tasks. Let's say collect information. So I will just write here collect info about XYZ, right? I can create more subtasks. So basically, there's a task inside a task, right? So I can assign to a different person here who is liable to do this and who is responsible. I can do the same thing. I can put a log timer. I can even put the tag. I can even put a deadline. Everything what you can do with a task. So if you see carefully, this task is bigger in sizes compared to this size. Why is it? It is basically, so this is basically because we've added this subtask. So here you can see there's a very small icon. Now if I just go and click on here, this subtask will show up here. So once if let's say the subtask has been completed, so the liable person will click on mark completed. Now automatically the subtask has been done. So it will show one completed task, and I can check out from here. That is simple and easy thing to do. Now let's say we are working on a task and it is in progress. So if I just go and check out this entire system in my list section, so how it will show me. So it will show you exactly in the list section, but you can see here the every information will be same. For example, we created this task here, and you can see here it is in this progress. I can change it to the completed, and if I just go back to the completed, I mean in the back to the board section, it will show up completed. By the way, you can create more sections, so that is really easy. You can hide cards and hide cover images, right? You can add links, you can add documents to a task. So this is really useful here. Now you can open the same workflow in a table section. So this is how it will show up. Now you can open the entire dashboard, I mean entire information in your dashboard. Now it will show you how many tasks are it is in the completed section, how many tasks are in upcoming, and how many tasks should be done by today, right? So it will give you complete information, and which user is doing how many work and which project they are liable to work on, what's the responsibility, you can check out. You can even check the project trend line. I can even check the file. So if I have uploaded any kind of file to any of the tasks, will show up here. Now this is the time. So time is basically useful if you have added a log time for any task here. Let's say we can just add a log time. So I will just write here task, right? Or let's say create. So we can search a task here. I want to put a log time here and click on log time. So this is how it has been started, and this is useful if you are doing any kind of service to a third party client who pay you on basis of how much work you have done, right? Depend on the hours. So this is really useful. This is a form, so you can quickly create and gather feedbacks with the form. You can do a quick survey inside your organization or with your clients, right? Now this is a finance. So finance is basically, it will give you complete information about this project. So all this information, all these features only useful for this project. Now if you just move to a different project, it will show you completely different data depending upon what's the data on that project, right? So if I just go to the home section, so it will show me the cumulative. So here you can see this is my project. Now if I just go to the dashboard, so it will show me with the addition of every project which I am working on. But if I just go to the project section, and if I just open one of the project, it will show me data of the specific project. So don't get confused here, because this feature is really useful, but don't get confused by it showing me different information on home tab and by it showing me different information in the project finance tab, right? Now here there's a much more option. So for example, if I just go to the more here, you can go and check out the templates. So the templates is basically, let's say I want to go with the marketing, I want to check out the account management. Now this is a template, so automatically you don't need to start from scratch. It will save a lot of time. Let's say you're working on account management, so the board section is already made here, and this is the some example cards here or task here. You can remove them if you want to. Click on the three dots and click on delete, and you can check out the dashboard. So this is really useful thing here. Even if I just go and click on more, here it will show me some of this budget. I can automate some of the tasks. So yeah, this time is of AI, and we can automate some of the tasks here. If I just go and check out this automate section, which is really useful here, right? And you can just go and check out this other information. Somehow the automate feature is not working because I'm clicking on it and it's not opening. Maybe this could be a problem in my system. If you're facing the same issue, just let me know in the comment box. If I just go and check out this everything, so it will show me every task irrespective of any project you're working on, right? So this is really useful thing here. You can check out this client. You can add your client directly from the client section. So let's go to the client section here. So this is the internal management. That is my company, the owner, and there's a two project. 10% of the project has been completed. I can add a client here. So let's say I will just write here client one website. Let's say www.google.com. I can add the email, phone number, and simply click on add, right? So okay, now this is basically how you can create or add a client here. Now you can create a project. So let's say I'm working for this client, I'm working on a team management here. So I will just go use a template. Now select this company. So this is for the client one, and click on next part. Now I can add the team member who is going to work for this client here from my company. And once done, I will just go and click on create project. So separate project has been created for this client one, right? Now here you can see this is task management, and everything is in the complete section. I can just go to the board. I can check out which work is going on for this client. Now if I just go to the project section here, you can see this is task management, and this is for the client one. So here you can see this is my company, which is Pilot Express, but here the name got, that is basically client one we just created, right? So, and here you can just go and check out the people, how many people are working on your company, what's your billable target, what's their role, and how much time they have gave to a specific project, and every information you will find it up here. Now if you just go down here, this is resourcing. So resourcing is basically if you are calculating, or let's say you have put a timer on any of the employees, you can check out from here. For example, Anil have worked on how much hour on whichever project, on whichever task. So I can just go and put a different task here irrespective of any projects. First of all, we can select a project. Let's say I'm giving a project on task management, and here let's say create cards, right? This is one of the tasks. Yes, I can create a task directly from here, or I can select the task. Let's say today task here, and I'm going to assign to Anil here, and click on create project. Now name here create cards for client one. So it will show up here, but it's not showing because we didn't added the time and date. So we just need to get back to this client section here, and we have to add a time on it. So let's add a time on 10th here, due date is 10th, start date is 9 here, and then if we just go back to the resourcing, will show up here. Now let's go to the reporting section. Now the reporting section is much more useful because you can create a custom financial report. Now let's say you want to check out the time here. So this will just give you a cumulative information that how much time you have invested in which project, and your employees working on which project, and how much time they have given it, and what's the logged in time here and logout period, right? So you can just check out directly from here. Now you can check out your expense summary, so it will show you the expense summary, right? So what is happening, how much, and you can just go and click on create custom report directly from the top right side corner of specific project. So this was the complete information. By the way, here this is the shortcuts. You can use shortcut. This is a keyboard shortcut, so you can use keyboard shortcut. So this was the complete information about the teamwork. And And that's it. You have just learned how to manage your entire workflow using teamwork.com. And thanks for watching this video. Subscribe.